And we're live. Welcome to Strikeout Beer, the Monday night edition, the Monday Madness. We're back, baby. What's up, Alan?
You know, just living the dream. I don't know. Well, what else can I say? You know, it's a Monday fun day. I don't know. We'll see.
The beers you picked out, like it's leading to the we're gonna have some fun.
it's leading toward bad decisions tonight. Questionable decisions. I don't want to say bad decisions. Just not smart.
I got to get up and go to work tomorrow, and I am not excited. Like, I got to go to the office. Lizzie's in the office. She's like, "Hey, you going to drive me?" And I go, "I guess so, Miss Daisy. You know, why not?" So,
yes, Miss Daisy.
I got that going for me. All right, tell us what are we starting off with, and if you want to tell us all about all three, we can do all three if you want.
I mean, so we got a mix pack. I picked up a 6-pack mix pack from Lakewood Brewing, the Temptress. So it's 3 different flavors of the Temptress. We got 2 of each. So we each got one, or we got 2 of each beer. So we each got one. Which one do you want to start with? You know, I'll just let you. Where do you want this journey to start?
Well, let me go ahead and show the people what we're working with, okay? And if you're listening on the radio, I appreciate it. We're not the radio. If you're on the podcast,
if you're listening on internet.com, thank you.
Can you imagine being the guy that put the radio on the internet? You could be part of the 3 Comma Club. 3 Comas. It's the worst tequila in the world. All right. So here's our selections for tonight. Alan picked these up. French Quarter Temptress, Imperial Milk Stout, ale brewed with lactose, sugar, vanilla, and with bourbon barrel-aged coffee beans and chicory. A little chicory, actually. Look at that can. Looks great. Like that.
A little trickery with it.
Chicory. The other one, Sin Mint. This is Imperial Milk Stout, of course. Ale brewed with lactose, sugar, vanilla, and mint, graham cracker, and natural flavors. I like that. Matches your shirt.
I think Girl Scout cookies, Thin Mints.
Oh, yeah.
When I think of that, right?
Now, I assume this means NuTemptress, like not NuTemptress. It's one of the two. So Imperial Milk Stout, all brewed with lactose, sugar. Man, every one of these is brewed with lactose and sugar, like, and chocolate with vanilla extract and hazelnut flavor. So there you go. So we have red, green.
Nutella. So
there you go. That makes sense.
So you know what? I picked out the pack. I'll let you.
Let's go Thin Mint, baby.
Okay, all right. And I'm gonna look these up as well.
You know, what I want you to do is while you're looking it up, talk to the people and tell the people about how you came across these beers, because I'm going to go grab some Thin Mints, and have them with my beer.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's a really exciting and detailed story. I went to Walmart and they. Oh no, actually, I didn't get this at Walmart. I lie. This was part of the 6-pack that I bought. I already told the story when I went to Goody Goody, and had the run in with the guy there who didn't want to give me the stuff at a certain price and all that fun stuff. But what's up, Lizzie? But yeah, so Sin Mint Temptress, and I got it pulled up on Untappd. Okay. This is the 4th release in our Seduction series.
Whoa!
Based on our popular cask, mint and a touch of graham cracker infuses into our Imperial Milk Stout, invoking notes of mint, chocolate chip, and a certain guilty pleasure in the form of a cookie. 9.1% alcohol by volume, 56 IBUs, average score of 4.06 out of 10,709 ratings. This is an Imperial Double Milk Stout.
So it's been around a while, is what you're telling me.
I mean, not when I picked this up, but
you said 10,000, right?
Yeah, well. A lot of people buy their beer. What can I say?
They do sell a lot of beer, right? Wait, did you just dump that?
Yeah.
I barely even poured mine. Like, I barely even turned it.
Yeah. You know why? Because I care about the napkin in my stomach and you don't. Okay.
Well, I actually started hard pouring it, but why the hell did it foam up like this and yours is like flat? Hold yours back up.
It's not flat. I got a head.
Okay, you got a little bit on there.
Yeah, I got just enough.
That is insane. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
So that smells like a stout, like through and through. Like
putting it up to the side. I'm gonna have me a couple Thin Mints and think about my decision. Think about what I'm doing with my life.
Think about your choices in life.
Yeah, Jesus.
It could be worse.
I mean, it probably could, possibly. I'm not saying probably.
Okay. That is a Thin Mint cookie.
Ooh, can I throw Thin Mints on mine? I think I'm just going to chunk them in there.
Don't do that. You gotta try the beer.
Oh, I mean, I'll do that, but I figure, like with Oreos or something like that. You ever have like cookies and milk and cookies or whatever? I just
Yeah.
chunk like 5 or 6 Oreos in there. I don't have time for dipping my fingers in my drink. What am I, 6?
Wait, you don't put your actual fingers in it.
I want the whole damn cookie covered. If I'm drinking, because I don't drink milk. I don't ever really have milk because I got a lactose problem. But thank God all these are lactose packed. So
You're welcome.
I'm like this sucks. So I'm tired of waiting for the head to go down. I'm going to take it right out of the can. Okay.
Dude, that's a Thin Mint cookie, right?
Very minty. It's high on the minty. I'm trying to get some chocolate or some other flavors in there. Maybe I'm on the bottom end of the can. Look, the head still hasn't gone down. Like, I don't know what kind of everlasting gobstopper Willy Wonka crap that they got going on over there. We're like, you know what? Full head, and it's going to sit there for a half an hour. I got it. And the guy like comes running out of the back. He's all excited as shit. And he's like, oh my God, I figured it out. The everlasting head. The everlasting head. What do cheap hotels and designer jeans have in common? No ballroom. Billy Joe in the house with just lightning. All right. So there you go. Wish I had a light to shine on this damn thing, but yeah, this is crazy.
This is a dangerous beer at 9.1%, because that tastes like a Thin Mint cookie. Like they hit the nail on the head with this one, I think.
All right.
I think they really did a good job.
I love the can art. I like all their can art. Just nice, classic, simplistic, just nice.
Well, and the Temptress always has the lady. You got your little lady there tempting you.
The Temptress.
Yeah.
I've been waiting years for the head to go down. I'm all balls at this point.
All balls.
I'm all tip and big, just like meaty clackers. You know what I'm saying? I got the Ruxin going. This is really good. Here when he got pulled over because he was swapping pictures with his wife or whatever, and he goes, "You have baby? Why is there a child's penis on here?" Goes, oh, that's a man's penis. See those meaty. What's up, Lizzie? A hashtag for Lizzie. There you go. Thanks, Billy.
There we go.
It's hot as hell in my house. Like I don't know what happened. I think I got too many lights on in here. Like I need to bring it on down. Well, I had to put the AC on. It's 85 today.
I turned everything off the other day when we went out of town, and I just noticed a little while ago I hadn't turned it back on yet. So
went out of town like for a night. Oh, you make it sound like you went on like an 8-day cruise or something like that.
I went out of town. I was in town and I left town. I went to a whole nother state.
That's not. I mean, that's true, but you don't say that when you go to like Oklahoma. He went like 45 minutes north. That's like someone living on like Texarkana. They live in Texarkana in Arkansas. Yeah, I'm going out of state this year or today, and they drive 20.
But we actually stayed in Texas. Like we were like right on the border in Texas.
So you left the state, hung out for a little bit, and drove right back, and then stayed the night in Texas.
No, and then went to our place, and then left the state again. And then came back.
Y'all went twice? Jesus.
So we started the night off out at Windstar. Oof. We drove straight to Windstar, and it was a madhouse. They were absolutely packed. It was ridiculous. Like
nobody goes to Texas on purpose. Excuse you, sir.
I mean, I live here. So.
Ask anybody from California where the hell they live now. It's here. Yeah, we got more California people here now than the damn state of California's got.
Right. But we went to Windstar for a while, and it was so packed. It was crazy. So we left, and we got an Airbnb, and we went to that, and then we were going to go out to Choctaw. But then like we had.
You realize how many miles it was?
Yeah, it was like a 40-minute drive from where we were at, so it wasn't too bad. But there was a mega city or mega star casino that was like 6 miles away from where we were at, and so we just went there. And it's one of those casinos where it's just all slot machines.
Yeah,
and dude, she went there and had a blast. Just had a good time there.
What is it? I'm waiting.
What's a Texas credit card?
I'm just sitting here waiting. I've got it on the screen. I'm waiting for the punchline.
He's inventing it right now because normally he already puts the punchline in there.
A hose. I don't get it. Texas credit card.
Hose.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. Maybe. I remember I like those little casinos. I really do enjoy those. The all slot machine ones because they generally have a bar and the bar is cheap. Like you're talking like $1.50 beers, siphon hose. What? I still don't get it.
Like we're siphoning off gas or something? Like
I don't know.
Where's the hose lead to? Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
Arkansas? No. Like
I really do enjoy it. Like we got a cabin up there in Oklahoma a couple years ago. I think it was like for New Year's. We just wanted to get out of town, and so we're up there at Broken Bow hanging out. And we're hitting up breweries and stuff. And then of course, you know, we can't just stay in on New Year's, right? We got to like get the hell out of the house. And I'm like, no, I stay at home or stay at that's the reason I rented the damn cabin. I could have just gone out here. And so I wanted to stay at home and just watch the ball drop, hang out in the hot tub, you know, just floating around, letting everything marinate. I'm like, you know, and we had to go out. So we left. And of course, one of those casinos were about 6 miles down the road. And it was one of those. And I was like, man, I went in there and we were just kind of hanging out. It was kind of small, but the bar took up at least 1/10 of the entire place. So I was just hanging out in there, you know, and kind of hanging out with the locals and shit. I was like, all right, man, what's up, guys? Y'all out here driving trucks and shit?
Yeah, we had a good little time. That's where we were playing Buffalo, and Liz was hitting pretty big on Buffalo, you know. But I had a good time. It's a good little time at the little casino, you know. Yeah. I do like to play some roulette, and they had a roulette game there, but it wasn't like you couldn't. It just had just the numbers on it. You couldn't do red, black. You couldn't do like half or quarter or anything like that. Like you just had to go on just the numbers. And I played it for a few minutes. I was like, this sucks. Like,
yeah, because I mean, unless you're throwing out a bunch of bets, I mean, unless you're just going to sit there and I'm going to bet on this one number. Yep, didn't hit. Okay, let me bet on this one number. That's boring. I used to love playing roulette as well, man. You know us. We love playing roulette, and then it just went into now I play craps more than anything. But I still find a cool roulette machine like you sit at those pods and just chill. I don't even get at the table anymore with the live chips because I don't like the people crawling all over me. And if you want to talk about crazy, like at WinStar, you're like, oh, it's bonkers. Try playing roulette when it's busy.
It was. Like I walked past the tables. I was like, I'm not doing this. Like I wanted to. It was like, you're going to play some roulette? And I'm looking at it like, no, there's too many people at that table. Like,
they're crawling over you. Even if you're sitting there, they're leaning over, they're whatever. And I'm just like, what is the point of all this?
Even the machines were packed.
Oh, yeah.
Like the roulette machines, those were packed too. Like there wasn't even a seat at the table to be able to sit. And it was like 3 people deep, like just waiting to get on the tables. And I'm like,
yeah,
no. And it just, we didn't stay for very long. We got out of there and said we went to the Airbnb and then went to the Mega City or whatever it was and had a blast. Stayed there for a few hours.
Yeah, and if you're just like just like that, right? And with Lizzie as well, she just wants to play slots anyways, so she don't give a damn where she's at. She just wants to play slots. But yeah, God, and you got to pay an ante out there to play roulette and to play blackjack and play craps. You know what I mean? They charge you like $1 or 50 cents.
Oh, really? I didn't make it to the table, so I didn't know.
So you've never played though. You've never played out there then, right?
No, I've never. The last time I was out there, they didn't have the tables. It was still just all machines.
I just want to drive, Daddy. Yeah. Now the machines, I think, even like siphon it off of you now. I guess that's what he's talking about.
Really? Okay. But that's Oklahoma. That's not Texas. So
that's an Oklahoma siphon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really do. I love casinos. I like going there. I like the vibe. Now I tend to get into it every so often with somebody out there. Just people.
What?
People don't act right out there with all that money. I think they act crazy. So, but I enjoy it. I'm glad you had a good time. And I love this little side casinos as well. They're really cool. They are. So the Airbnb, did y'all get anything cool or what?
No. So it was at a winery that was shut down because of a fire. But like when you go to the page, it's, it's at this such and such winery, we serve brunch, blah, 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 blah. The taste, it's got everything up there about the winery, right? We've got llamas and alpacas. You can go and pet them and all this stuff. I'm like, this place looks pretty cool. And then the rooms are they're like sheds that you have in your backyard, right? But they dress them up real nice. They got air conditioning, heating in there. A shower, a toilet, a sink. There's no refrigerator in there. There's no TV in there. It's just a bed. It's like a real small little thing, right?
At first, I was going to ask if you were seriously squatting. I was like, "Are you just squatting somewhere?" And then now it sounds like Trailer Park Boys, Bubbles, shed and breakfast. You know what I mean? The shed's all tricked out. You come in and give the kitty all the loving he needs, all the loving he can give, and in the morning you get some waffles and some maple syrup.
Yeah. So I go ahead and book it, and I'm like, okay, cool. It looked pretty nice and everything. And then I didn't read all the reviews before. I read some of them, but like the last 4 reviews were about how the winery's not open. There's no llamas. There's no alpacas. There's none of that stuff there. And so I see this after I booked it, and I just sent a message to the lady like, hey, seeing is the winery open or not? Because it's not in her description of the place. It's not on there. It doesn't say that. It seems like it's open. She's like, no, we're closed because of fire. We're still rebuilding, blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And she says, when you get there, come to the tasting room. And if no one's there, the key will be in the flower pot by the front door. Like, okay. We get there at night and it's dark.
There's 45 flower pots.
I can't even find the winery at first. Like the GPS takes me, it's like, you are there, and I'm looking, and it's just pitch black, and I don't see anything anywhere. There's no lights at the winery or anything like that. And I'm like, okay. But then I see like this little area over here where there's some lights over there, and it looks like the little sheds that they have, right?
Uh-huh.
Where you're saying, so we drive over there, and I get there, and I'm like, okay, well, this is that. And so I'm looking there, and there's no flower pots by the doors there, and I'm like, okay. And so we just keep kind of driving, and like Liz is looking on the GPS. She goes, it looks like the winery's like right here in this field. And I'm looking, I'm like, I don't see nothing. We drive by a couple times. Finally, we see there's a driveway that you can barely see. Like it's just you have some grass and then some rocks and then some more grass. And you're like, okay, so we start turning down that, and it looks like we're turning down a private driveway and stuff.
Oh,
and at one point I'm going and like there's a house right in front of me, and I'm like, that's not it. And like we're kind of looking around a little bit, and I'm out of the car, and I got the flashlight shining. I'm just waiting for cops to show up or something. And then I see a bill. I'm like, oh, that's got to be the winery. So I go up there, and right on top is a key, and it's got a picture of like an alpaca on it or a llama, one of the two. And it says number 2 on it. But she told us we had unit 3. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. No one else is over there. I know no one else is there because there's no cars. So I take it and I go over there. It doesn't work in 2. Doesn't work in 3. It doesn't work in any of them. And I'm like,
so you went to how many of these freaking places?
There's only 3 of them.
Oh, okay, so you go to locked all 3 of them, and it didn't work.
Right, didn't work.
This is a great story
So
ever.
I drive back, and meantime, I'm messaging the lady. Like I'm sitting here. It's 10:30 at night, and I'm messaging her like, hey, first it's I can't find the winery. There's no flower pots outside of the units. I don't know what's going on. And then it's like, oh, I found the winery. I found a key, but it's number 2. You said I have room number 3. What's up?
Ask a question? All right.
Yeah.
At what point did you think you were being like bamboozled and you were about to be killed or kidnapped?
Well, as soon as we drove out there.
Oh, as soon as you turn in, you're like, this is a trap. Okay. Go ahead.
Liz is looking at it. She's like, this is like something out of like some sort of movie that we watch and stuff like that. She's like, we're going to die tonight. It's like, I don't know, maybe.
You're just like, press on. I'm pressing on. Like whenever there's a situation where I think I might die, I go even harder. Like I'm just ready.
I'm just like, whatever. You know what? They got me. I'm the sucker.
They played me like a fiddle. They created this account, had millions of people review it, and then here I am just.
She's a super host. I'm like, she's a super host. It's at a winery, llamas and alpacas. Let's freaking go. There's brunch. I'm in. And then you get it and you're like, wait, there's no fucking brunch. There's no wine. There's no llamas. There's no alpacas.
There's not even a llama here.
It's not nothing. And so we drive back over to the winery, and I'm looking, and like I'm kicking the flower pots and I'm lifting things up. I'm walking around the building with my flashlight, like, and I'm just waiting, like someone's gonna show up or something. And meanwhile, I'm messaging this lady, she's not responding back. And then finally I go to the one where I found it at, and the dirt was kind of loose. So it's got like a big wooden key thing on it where the picture of the llama was. And I just start kicking up dirt, and I'm just digging. And finally I find something in there. I'm like, oh, it's a key. So we get that and leave that one key there. Message lady back. I was like, hey, I found a key. I don't know if it works. Let's go find out.
Did she message you back at any of this point?
No, she has not at all. Like,
you're having a conversation with nobody.
I absolutely. But you know what? It's like I'm also to the point where it's like, if I'm not able to get in, we're just going to go we're going to find a hotel somewhere else or drive home. You know, it's at this point in time, it's an hour away from the house, whatever. It's 10:30 at night. I'll drive home. Right. But I'm going to have my paper trail so that when I request my refund, it's all there. Right. But then I go and it opens it up. I'm like, okay. And I message her back, hey, we're finally in, like messaging her for like almost like an hour at this point, you know. But yeah, we got in, and you know, it was nice. Again, it's small, whatever, but it worked for the night. Comfy bed.
That sounds like the most insane story that I've ever.
It was crazy.
And the fact that you were like in the middle of nowhere,
trying to
rent a shed for the night.
And I didn't know it was like in the middle of nowhere either, right? Like I didn't know. And like in the morning when I wake up and I'm looking, and it's just fields, just fields.
I don't know if I'd feel safe out there in a shed.
You know what? And it's like, and you can't like necessarily like close the door because it just locks from the outside, right? And it's got the knob and it turns. So to close it and seal it, it's got a big hook that you just hook.
I wouldn't there. First off, if I'm out there, it's like I don't even know if I would have made it past 10 minutes. And two, Lizzie would have been like, "This ain't happening." It's like, because I'm like, a hook's gonna stop me. I went to sleep. I would have had to like stay up and drink for like 5-6 hours just to be able to pass out. You know me, I'm anxious outside like that.
Yeah, but you know, we did it and stayed, and it was fine. We didn't die. I'm here. Here I am. You know, we woke up in the morning, and when I woke up, Liz, I go, "Hey, no one killed us last night." She was like, "Cool."
Jesus Christ. God, if you're here for the beer review, we're having NuTemptress by Lakewood Brewing. This little gem right here. What'd you say the ABV was? Was something high?
9.1.
This is a ridiculously high beer, high ABV beer,
but really smooth. Like this is something that will get you in trouble because it tastes like Thin Mint cookies.
I was getting a little bit more of the alcohol on this one. There is a mint flavor, and it's a little slightly overpowering, but it's like either it kind of collides with the alcohol burn and the mintiness, right? Those two flavors kind of coincide. But I mean, all in all, it's gone down pretty smooth. It was definitely helping during story time. Like I don't know if the story was making me nervous, where I'm just like, I got to keep sipping, baby. I got to keep sipping because I want it one. I'm nervous. I'm like my hands are sweating and shit. I'm like, man, what happened? Even though you're sitting right in front of me. And,
like, did you make it through the night? I don't know.
I would have slept in my car on the side of the highway in front of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house rather than stay in that. From what you told me, there's no way. How about them Chiefs, Billy Joe?
Yeah, you know, it was nice. I mean, it wasn't bad. You know, took some pictures. I'll show you some pictures Wednesday, you know, when I come over. But
just upload them because we're gonna have hey, let's check out the shed that Alan stayed in and the Airbnb. I hope you got a hell of a deal on it, right? It was like super cheap.
It was. Yeah, it was. Well, it was. You know, it was because I'm super cheap. It looked nice. It was at a winery. I mean, it checked the boxes.
The winery wasn't there,
which I didn't know when I booked it.
So the red flag of everything is you're like, yeah, the winery burnt down. Holy shit! It's like that could have been the greatest story I think you've ever told on the show. And I've heard some doozies. But you know what's crazy though? Like, you know, I'm surprised. Have you reached out to Airbnb? Because you always go to the manager, right? You got to speak
No,
to
I don't
somebody.
always go to the manager. Shut your mouth, you hooker.
Did you not ask for
You've
like a slight
invented this
refund?
personality, like this whole persona of me that you've just invented out of just the thin air. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So you're not going to ask for like a partial refund or like some points or something like that because of the fact that you had to spend an hour digging around in the dirt. You had to kick around loose dirt to find the key.
Yeah, but you know what? When I put the key back, I dug even deeper. I buried that key good. And then the other key, I stuck it like not over it. So like I kind of stuck it in a little bit, like they think, oh, this is where he buried the key. No, sucker.
You're gonna find oil before you find that key.
I dug so deep in that flower pot, it was ridiculous. And Liz was at the car. She was watching. She was like, "What were you doing?" I was like, "I was digging."
I had to dig to find it. They're gonna have to dig to find it.
Even further to find it.
Oh my God in heaven! Unbelievable.
You want to go with the NuTemptress?
Yeah, that's fine.
NuTemptress?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh man,
I'm so giggly. Like that was so weird. Why is Oklahoma so windy? Because Kansas sucks and Texas blows.
Okay.
I mean, I'll give you that. That's okay. Billy Joe's just pinging back and forth on Facebook or whatever. Dude, Billy Joe, you're such a legend. You really are. All right.
So the NuTemptress, chocolate and hazelnuts are classic combination. So we took some inspiration from our favorite spread and paired them with our beloved Temptress. Rich Belgian chocolate and roasted hazelnut aromas lead you into a deceptively drinkable brew. This is 9.1%, 56 IBUs. And this one has a score of 4.01 out of 465 reviews.
Oh, nice. For me, I think I didn't want maybe it was the mintiness that kind of threw me off on that last one because that ice mare that we had, it was so damn minty and it probably gave me a flashback to sucking down that 25%er. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and stop. All right, so it's already, foamed up like crazy. And I'm barely pouring it. I'm not pouring it fast.
Yeah, pour it faster. I'm pouring it fast and I don't have that problem.
Look, I'm pouring it fast and I mean, it's got a little bit, not as bad as last time, but some bubbles. Oh, wait, is this nitro? This isn't a nitro, is it? Okay.
No, none of these are.
Okay. I thought one of them was. I swear to God, I read that one of them was. I was going to shake it up.
That's probably your problem. You shook that last one up.
I was really excited running back over here. So probably they got a little extra shook up because I was just kind of, and when you're kind of hefty, you're just jiggling all around. Like, dude, when I sprinted to the kitchen, I could feel like my ass and tits and everything just jumping all over the place. Old school 2.0.
That's a high ABV, guys. It's not bad. We've had higher.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, seriously, if you guys have been watching the YouTube videos and things like that we've been putting out, the quick beer reviews, we're starting to do beer reviews all around the house, outside, inside, everywhere. Why does it sound like who says that on the NFL Network?
Collinsworth,
inside, outside, and so we had ice mare when it got really cold here last time, probably about 3 weeks ago, and it was a 25%er, Alan.
Yeah,
25.9, something like that. And
25.
We were outside freezing our ass off, and then we started drinking that beer, and holy hell. So, this pairs well with waffles, and any waffles. I almost went and got waffles. I was going to do some Legos.
Oh, I'm build some Legos. Did this say the last one pairs well with cookies, brownies, and your secret stash?
Well, everything pairs well with that. That's what I call Liz. But never mind.
Ill stud, what's going on, Mr. J. Cisneros? This was pretty tasty.
I like this one better. It's got a nice arrangement of notes.
Yeah, it's got a nice mix between the chocolate and the hazelnut.
Why does everything have to have lactose in it? You know what I mean? Why does it have? It has lactose. It's got freaking, sugar. This thing has like more sugar. Like you couldn't be on if you're on keto or some other any type of diet or whatever. Or if you were a diabetic, you probably go into shock after having these two beers.
You're good.
You don't think so? I bet you if we had Stefan over here, he's sitting there just plowing freaking EpiPens in his leg. trying to mellow out.
That's not what EpiPens are for.
So whatever they're for. He had to take an insulin shot.
I got nips, Greg. Can you milk me?
Hey, old school. Billy Joe was in here and he says Kansas sucks. Is that true?
Oh yeah, he did.
He said Kansas sucks, and I just kind of wanted to confirm it because I don't want to go someplace that sucks.
Here's the direct quote. Why is Oklahoma so windy? Because Texas sucks. Or no, I'm sorry, Kansas sucks and Texas blows.
He didn't put, well, I'm not going to say that in there. I don't want to get in trouble. I get in trouble like all the time.
What? No way.
You? I have one little Smirnoff, and all of a sudden I'm just mouthy as shit. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know. I think
probably drinking Smirnoffs.
A nice little Smirnoff Ice with a little Jolly Rancher dropped in there, man, it gets you feeling funny. The
problem is the Smirnoffs haven't been out in like 12 years, so
they're
you're getting some tainted Smirnoffs there, buddy.
They're vintage for sure. I thought dry January screwed us over. I think it really did. I think it really screwed me up. I'm not going to do it again, and I have no interest in doing it again. It was ridiculous. Like, I took it easy anyways. I was like, hey, well, let's take it easy, blah, blah. And we've been taking it easy on the late shows, right? We've been doing that for a while now. And so I was like, let's just kind of chill a little bit because, I mean, December, listen, October, November, December are the wildest ass. You got family, holiday arrangements, engagements, everything else going on. And so you're always drinking. You're always having a little something in your hand.
And we always go hard in December because of beer miss too, right?
Yeah. And I just wanted a break. I swear I just wanted a break. And I'm glad we did it. But I did feel pretty good by the time the January was over. But man, Jesus, I haven't been right ever since. Something wrong. Snowman in the house. What up, Snowman?
Snowman, what is going on, brother?
Cheers, bud. Yeah, I mean, I ain't been right ever since. I don't know what the deal is, to be honest.
Because you took a month off of drinking.
I think so, right? Like, people like talk about how they'll go and reset their tolerance. You got some weed smokers out there who do the same thing, and beer bros and whatnot. And when we did that, like I had like 2 Miller Lights one night, and I swear to God, I was like passed out on the floor. Like I don't know if like Lizzie slipped me a Mickey or something.
That's it.
She probably gave me a Tylenol PM, and I just zonked the hell out. I was like, baby, you ready to head to the, whatever? She's like, yeah, I'll fix this real quick. Here's an ibuprofen.
It was half beer, half NyQuil.
I'm telling you, it's like cough medicine and shit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was drugged. Graphic making spree, that is.
Okay, making some graphics. He's making some graphics. He's busy doing that. He's doing a little multitasking. Dude,
you always be working. Cover arts and things like that, and it takes time too. But if you get the right program, it makes it a little bit easier. What is it? Old school uses it as well. I think everybody uses it. Whatever, Adobe, whatever program that is.
For that or
no, it's the other one. It's made for. Did you say Cookie?
Adobe. I didn't say cookie.
All I heard was cookie.
That's because you got those Thin Mint cookies sitting there next to you, and you want a cookie.
I already had one. Illustrator, no. Photoshop, maybe a Photoshop. No, I can't think of it. Now I'm all over the place. I'm telling you, these beers are hitting funny. Got me kind of squinting and shit. I'm like,
what's going on over here?
I know, right? It's like I looked at Liz. I go, look, I might be able to drive you to work tomorrow as long as I'm in bed by 11. Now that really is dependent on how the first show goes and how many beers we have afterwards. Some of these Monday night shows get out of hand. If you haven't been here before, first off, welcome. But two, we have the main show. There you go. Adobe Premiere Pro, Photoshop, Illustrator. Perfect.
A little bit of all.
Yeah. You definitely want that. It makes it so much easier. When I'm making, like when I make basic stuff, it's on 3D paint from within Windows. So it's not as great. It's not as crisp. You don't have manipulation over everything. There's a couple apps that I have on the iPad where it allows me to animate, illustrate, things like that, move things around, resize and reshape on the fly. And it really is good. I think it's I have to think about it later. But anyway, so yeah, back to the beers, man. They're just crazy. These things are too high ABV.
And it's going down really smooth. Like I'm almost done with this one.
After Effects, nice. I think that's one as well. I can't think. It's one for with all our artists. All the artists use it to draw. There you go, Procreate.
Yeah,
that's a good one. But that's a good just to create your own stuff and draw. But yeah, I think Adobe is pretty solid as well. But yeah, so it goes back to the whole thing. Like, you know, if you can tell how many beers we have, because if you watch the uploads throughout the week, if we went hard, there's more than a couple. You know, if we took it easy, then, you know, it is what it is. And of course, we always do our pre-show beers.
And you might see one of them where like one of us has our shirt inside out or something like that because we got to pretend like we didn't record them all on the same night for some reason. Yeah. I don't know.
So I'll go and change like shirts and shit all the time or whatever. Now it's like just looking back and forth. I'm like, no one cares. Who's picking up on this? No one has said that yet. Hey, you guys are wearing the same shit, you know. Well, we never pretended.
But you're the one who's like, hey, we're going to do several reviews tonight, you know, before. So just make sure you bring a few shirts with you. I'm like,
yeah, I told you to do that once.
Okay.
And then you haven't done it since.
Yeah. Because it was absurd. I was like, why am I doing this?
To have different clothes on?
Yeah.
You know what? If I can't, let's see. Let's do this. I say every review that you do for the rest of this year, including live shows, you wear that same jacket. What the hell's that jacket? Is it a stupid buffalo jacket? Is that what that is?
The Buffalo one where everyone's like, dude, I love the Bills. I'm like, yeah,
wear that every time. That's every video that you're going to be in. You wear that.
First of all, it's not even the same color as the Buffalo Bills. Like,
no one cares. It's the same logo. You know what I mean? It's the same.
It's a buffalo. It's a freaking buffalo. So everyone assumes. But yeah, no.
I can't tell that you don't have a filter on or making it purple or blue or whatever color that thing is.
Well, this is in like real life when I run into people. Like, not on internet.com. Like,
you might have a variant. They don't know. Huh? You might have like a variant shirt on. They don't know. It could be like breast cancer awareness month. Everything's pink. You think that's our normal colors? No.
I'll be in Haltom, where the freaking school is.
Oh, well, those people are stupid, so it doesn't matter.
Well, they are. I ain't gonna. You ain't wrong.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
There's a massive education problem over there.
I moved down to Haltom for a reason.
Tired of being around peers?
Just, oh man. But no. How was your weekend, by the way? Did you have a good weekend?
I don't remember what I did.
Okay.
Are we still on the weekend? Yeah, it's the weekend now.
Did you go to Outfit?
Yes.
Okay. Did you get the other beer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 more.
Okay.
3 others.
So we're gonna drink those on Wednesday?
Not all 3. We'll mix it up. We'll do those for pre-show. Because I have some beers for the show. Because I went to a brewery this weekend, and I got a couple elephant legs. So we have like 1 billion beers in the fridge. You brought beers over last week. I picked up beers along the way as well. The beers are starting to stack up in the fridge. I don't mind drinking whatever because I just don't care. But the pre-show beer that we will have for sure is the Jelly Saison.
Right, from Outfit. Yeah.
I picked that up. I went to Outfit, I think Friday night or Saturday night. I think it was Saturday night. Yeah,
okay.
Rolled out there and popped in right before they closed. They closed kind of early on a Saturday night, but they're over there kind of in a weird corner. So it was about 8 p.m. and I rolled through. I'm like, hey, you guys open? He goes, yeah. I was like, okay, I want the Jelly Saison thing that y'all did. He goes, yeah, it's right over there. They're already in 4-packs. I go, well, I don't want 4 of those. You mind if I get something else? I don't even know what the hell that means. What does that mean?
Who knows? We might have to go to YouTube to find out.
You gotta go to YouTube. Check out Old School 2.0 over on YouTube. And so I go there and I'm like, hey, well, do you mind if I make my own 4-pack? He goes, yeah, do whatever you want. I go, okay. So I'm just over there like tearing up 4-packs and I got a nice little 4-pack, I think. And then while I was walking up, I was like, hi, how are you doing? And he goes, good. Yeah. I go, you mind if I get a beer? I'm already here. And he goes, yeah. He goes, you're still open for like another 30, 45 minutes, man. Yeah. I go, okay. And so I just got the Cole, obviously. And so I sat there for a little bit, looked around. It was a really cool place. You can tell that this place probably gets hopping, early evening type thing, like happy hour times and whatnot, and earlier on the weekends as well. And so I grabbed my stuff there, super friendly. I rolled out. And then I noticed that Community was a half mile away, so I went to Community as well.
Okay.
I popped
Nice.
in there. It is massive. It's like a complex. Like it's yeah.
It looks good size. It definitely looks a good size. I've drove past it a few times.
Almost didn't go in. I was like, it's just too big. I was like, there's no point. I was like, it's like, oh, support a local brewery. I'm like, it's fucking Anheuser-Busch as far as I'm concerned. No offense to anybody on that one, but
no disrespect.
But it really is huge. So I roll in there. They have, I swear to God, it's like a half a football field of outdoor seating. Say if you're there on like a Saturday and it's just packed to shit. And then you go inside, really nice area. I mean, just so much space, so many chairs, and real nice beer tenders as well. But I was like, I'm here. I was like, let me I had a beer garden exclusive beer. So it was like a house beer. So it was a German Pilsner. And so I had that and sat around for a little bit and I go, yeah, I'm out of here. And I just left. I was like, it's just too big. It was huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ended up going out to Kreutz Brewing out in Gainesville on Sunday. And we were there for a couple hours, had a blast. Got 2 different flights of beers while I was there. And got to meet the owner while I was there. We're actually going to have him on the show here within the next month, I think it is. Grabbed a couple elephant legs and I've got a pickle. It's almost like a moonshine type thing, like their version of like moonshine type. I think it's like 15% ABV, but they had a pickle one, so I grabbed that. It comes in a mason jar.
Okay.
But I got one of those for us to give a try. I tried they had an apple one that was really, really good. Liz loved it, and she was like, "You need to get one of these to bring home so I can have it." And I was like, "Okay." And then I grabbed They
don't sell women beer there?
No, that's crazy. It's crazy. Women are not allowed to buy beer in Gainesville.
So you had to go get it so that she could drink it later? That's insane.
No, she wanted to bring one home. Like I was going and picking out stuff to bring home, and she said, "Hey, get one of those to bring home so I can have it at home."
I can't have some sexist hillbilly on this show. I just can't do it. Like there's already one of us here, and there's no way in hell you can have 2. It's against the law. So,
but no, I had that, and I got the other one I got is called Lake Trash, which I think is a lager, if I remember right. Or a blonde. It's a blonde. It might be a blonde. And then I got their Kreutz Bach, and it's a Bach lager.
Okay. Nice.
And it was really good. I really enjoyed that one.
You can't just go someplace and have a drink. You got to talk to the owner or the manager.
Yeah, I wanted to have him on the show.
Why?
Why not?
I got like 45 reasons why not. And this will be number 4.
We literally just got done with a conversation not that long ago where we were talking about setting up guests and things for the show.
I'd rather have a dog that catches a frisbee than some asshole that's at a brewery. It's not even his own brewery.
No, not that guy. I'm not booking that guy again. But no, it's a real cool spot. I was like, hey, let's have the guy. Let me just. I had already had a couple flights. I was like, you know what? I was like, hey. Is there is like a head brewer or manager or owner or something here? And the lady was like, yeah, the owner and the head brewer are both here. I was like, well, I'd love to talk to one of them, and talk to the guy, gave him our card. He got a chuckle out of our card, 100%
of the time, it works every time. Not that
I gave him his card. He chuckled. I said, all right. We're in. And just had a nice conversation with them. I was like, hey, I love the place. Like it's a really cool place. And the cool thing is like they've got an extensive food menu. And there are people that go there like literally like just for the food. Like they opened up at 12. We walked up at like 12:04 and there was already a bunch of people inside already. Like I'm walking up and I'm walking past a window thinking I'm going to be like the first one in. And there's a guy there who's already got a beer in his hand. I'm like, damn. But there were people that showed up like just for food there. And good size place. They got a game room with pool tables, some arcade games, jukebox in there. They've got the tap room area, and then they have like another seating area where they have like a stage there and stuff like that. Good size place. It was. I said I had a blast.
Wasn't far off the 35, was it?
because we were coming from backwoods area, so I didn't get there off of 35. So
when you left there, how long did it take you to get on 35?
Not very long. Yeah.
So it's pretty
Not very
close.
long. Well, we also went to a couple places before we got on the road too. So hit up a couple of antique malls while we were kind of in the area and stuff. But when we were driving up to WinStar on 35, there was a huge billboard saying exit such and such for Cruise Brewing. So
when I saw it, you know, I've never seen it before. And I, as many times as I've been up 35 and been through Gainesville and everything like that, never seen that billboard's new. It must be new. And the only reason I know it was there, and I typed in breweries, whatever, and I was zooming in on certain areas, it didn't even populate on Google as a regular place. It had to become, it came in as suggested, as like a paid advertisement.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, because
I've been going up that road for 20 years now to go to WinStar, right? And I finally see it, and that's why I was like, hey, go to Croots. It's right there. It's not far from where you're heading and all that kind of shit. So I'm glad you liked it, because I can't wait to go. I want to go.
Yeah. I'm actually going to, because we're going to drink these beers this week before we have them on the show. I'm going to drive back up there to get some more beer. So I'll let you know and see if you want to roll with me up there.
What's up, James? How we doing? Oh, it's going to be delivered Wednesday. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. So you said Wednesday you got what?
Well, we're going to drink the beers that I bought this week.
Right.
So when we have them on the show within sometime in the next month, I'm going to drive back up there to go get some more. It's only an hour away. So, I mean, it's not.
Yeah, it's not far.
It's not far. So I'll let you know when I go to see if you want to go with me and go grab some beers.
I mean, we're going to WinStar though. You know what I mean? Hey, do you get any strip clubs over there in Gainesville? Because I like rundown,
look it up.
I like bullet holes and cigarette burns. It's like two of my favorite things. And if they have the stripes, it's even better.
So, why does she have stripes?
You know what I mean? Like,
I had a buddy for his 21st birthday. We took him to, I can't remember what the name. It's that one there off of 157. Stilettos. We took him there. We're like, we're taking you somewhere nice, buddy, for your birthday. And he was already drunk at that point. We get there and he's looking at this girl at this day. And he turns over, he looks at us, he goes, why does she have stripes? We're like, oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy. Oh, God. So,
man.
Are you done with this one?
Yeah, I'm ready for So, what do you think of this one?
So, I still have quite a bit left. I got to take care of here.
NuTemptress.
This
is Nutella brand, essentially. Really good, right?
I like it better. So now it's in the lead, and it is easier to drink. I think. I think it really is. It's got a little bit easier drinkability, not as minty or alcohol-y. I think the other one seriously did have alcohol burn.
I did not have a lot of alcohol in that last one. I'm the opposite with you on this one. I like the Sin Mint. Because to me that tasted just like a Sin Mint cookie. It really did. Yeah. And the NuTemptress is really good. It's got a nice mix between the hazelnut and the chocolate, I think. They kind of blend well together. Neither one flavor is more overpowering than the other. Again, a beer that will get you in trouble because you wouldn't know it's 9.1%.
Yeah, it's gonna be trouble.
So, and that leaves us next with French Quarter Temptress Imperial Milk Stout, ale brewed with lactose, sugar, and vanilla, with bourbon barrel aged coffee beans and chicory.
Have you been reading these paragraphs back there?
Well, I think that's the same thing that's listed on, because I've been looking them all up on Untappd.
Okay. 9.1. Jesus.
And so on this one, the third release in our seduction series, based on our most popular cask, bourbon barrel aged coffee with Noble Coyote coffee roasters and a touch of chicory, give this infused version of our Imperial Milk Stout that signature New Orleans flair. Les bon temps roller.
Let's have a good times roller or whatever.
Okay. 9.1% alcohol by volume again, 56 IBUs. This one has an average score of 4.16 out of 12,733 reviews.
Damn.
So all three of these beers on Untappd are all rated over 4 out of 5. Okay. Look at that.
It looks good. The head's perfect. It's got a beautiful light brown color. Now the color of since it's so weird and dark in here, it is super dark, but I can't tell any hints of any other color on it just because I guess I can shine a flashlight under this damn thing. I don't know. Let's see what we got here without blinding everybody.
I mean, in
light red, maybe red. Yeah, but mostly pretty dark.
Yeah. And here's the thing with this, because these are all like stouts, right? These will probably tend to be a little bit more on par with how you're supposed to drink them versus when we started. This one will be, because typically with your stouts, you want to drink them a little bit warmer than fridge cold, right?
I pulled mine out once I realized they were stouts and they were imperial stouts or whatever. Yeah, I pulled them out, so they were sitting for a while. This one's going to be the warmest, obviously, but yeah, you're right. 100%. You want those closer. You want to get them higher. Check the can if you can, because the brewer is going to tell you essentially what level to kind of enjoy this beer at.
50 to 55 degrees.
Perfect. And that's a lot of brewers will show you that. It's not supposed to be cold, ice cold, or anything. Hey, look, this isn't what's the name of that place? Twin Peaks. It ain't Twin Peaks, baby.
No 29-degree beers here. Peasy's in the house. What's going on, brother? Love me a good Monday fun day. Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Oh yes, I like that one. I like it a lot. Me likey.
Okay.
I do like that.
A hint of the coffee flavor. The coffee's not overpowering on that first drink.
I think that's what
definitely tell it's a coffee-inspired beer, right? It definitely got some coffee in it.
Yeah. I think that's why I like those. The coffee stouts seem to work better for me, just with the flavor, the overall flavor and whatnot. It's not all kind of tricked up or whatnot.
Well, you're a coffee guy.
I enjoy a nice cup of coffee every so often.
Yeah, you do enjoy some coffee.
That's mellow. That's smooth. I like that. Woo! Woo! It does. It's a nice little stout. Cheers to you, old school 2.0, buddy. It's so good to see you in here. I told you, hit me up too if you ever if you need some more of those koozies or whatever. I'll ship you a couple.
Ooh, that looks good. Yeah.
PZ likes those. He's a hazy guy. He's a New England IPA guy. He likes those juicy beers and whatnot. But yeah, this one's got a little bit of. I like it. I like it a lot.
My cousin from Boston.
This is tasty. This is the best one, I think.
This is bad.
But you hit the head on the nail there. It's certain beers are supposed to be enjoyed at certain temperatures, right? You have lagers and things like that. They're going to be cooler, colder. You want those cold because one, they don't have a lot of flavor. They're just nice, refreshing, cold beers. Something like this, you're going to want to either, if there's no recommendation on the can, you're going to want to look up the style of beer and the perfect temperature to kind of enjoy it at. And let's be honest, it's never 32 degrees or below for these beers. It's always in the 40s to 50s.
Right.
You pull it out, wait 10 minutes, and then crack it. And then hell, I'm not telling you to pour it right when you crack it. You might want to pop it and just let it sit there for a second. I've done that before as well.
Looks primed to drop in a nice combo of Jameson and Bailey's.
It would go well with that. This one's delicious, and it sets up perfectly for a nice little bomb.
Yeah, and all three of these ones we've had today have said best to be enjoyed at 50 to 55 degrees. Yeah. So
they're all the same styles, though. They're all imperial stouts. They're all milk stouts.
And they do show on here, which I mean we could have done because we do have it, but it shows you the type of glassware that you want to use with it too, right? Certain beers are different glasses are just better for it. I don't know how. It's science. It's just the way it is.
We generally use Strikeout beer glassware here or some other pint glass, just because we pour them like that.
It's got a good hand feel to it, the Strikeout beer pint glasses.
Delivers your fluids from hand to mouth with excellency. Yeah, no, you probably. I think if you watch our quick beer reviews and things like that, you'll notice that in those videos we're using not always proper glassware, but it's usually it's usually snifters and things like that because of the beers that we're having, that we're going quick, we're sharing beers and things like that, and snifter is almost perfect for that. And our big shout out to our buddy from KCBC, Noel's brother, or I said it wrong. It's
KBCB.
There you go. There you go. Knowles Brothers Brewing. When he first introduced it, he brought the glasses over. This is like 5 years ago. He brought these glasses over. They're still here. We still use them every single week. And that's how we, get used to, like, you smell your beer, you enjoy your beer, the aroma's in there. It just seems to open it up and work perfectly.
He was our first ever guest on the podcast.
Yeah.
Guest number 1.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we should be enjoying them in different beers, or different glasses, but here we go.
Yeah. The problem is, like, the snifters that I have here are all from different breweries and things. So, like, typically when we're drinking a beer from somewhere, I want to have a pint glass from that place, right? A glass from that place, whether it's a pint glass, a snifter, whatever it is, right? And if I don't have one from that brewery, I'll typically use, like, my Strikeout beer glass is what I'll use. If it's clean, if not, I'll grab one of my other neutral pint glasses.
Yeah. Oh, that's the quarterback for TCU. I was like, that guy looks familiar. Who the hell is it? Max somebody?
Max Dugan?
Yeah, Dugan's in the...
Yeah, he won they had the Davey O'Brien little celebration for him today.
He's dragging something around out there.
Oh, you bet he is.
On. A tuxedo with a T-shirt on top of it.
So we had the tuxedo, and because he was on the hard line today. They had him on because they were out there where the Davey O'Brien was today, right?
Nice.
And they're talking to him. They're like, "Oh, that's a nice tux you got. Did you have this before that or anything like that?" He goes, "When I got to the room that I'm staying at, that they got for me, the tux was in there." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "They're like, do you got to give it back?" He's like, "I don't know. If someone asks for it back, I'll give it to them. If they don't, I'm going to take it home. We'll see."
I just got me. That came from giving a speech. Yeah, no, I'm sitting there. If there's a tux in my room, I'm gonna put that subbitch on and go to town, man. He's wearing it at a basketball game right now against Kansas. I mean, Osco's watching this game. He's a Kansas guy. Number 3 Kansas is taking on 24 TCU right now, up 60-55. So they're in Fort Worth. Wait, is it Abilene? It's Abilene, right? Where's TCU? Oh, Fort Worth. Duh.
Yeah, because he was at the SMU place today.
Oh, okay. Just making
they had a whole big thing for the Davey O'Brien today. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
man, this beer, this has been my favorite so far. I'm really enjoying it, and it's him and his girl next to him. Yeah, I assume. I mean, if it's not his girl, it's just some girl.
It's whatever he's dragging around today.
I mean,
he's like, I don't know. I got up to my room. There was a tux and there was a girl. I was like, okay.
That's like when Jimmy G was just rolling around town, just dragging everything he can. I mean,
for a while it was Mia Khalifa.
There was some other chick too. I can't remember her name now, but yeah, no, hell, Jimmy G can do whatever the hell Jimmy G wants to do. Yeah. We're just living in Jimmy G's world. I mean, he's starting quarterback for the Niners back then, and I'm like, shit, this guy's a stud. Stud.
I mean, he ain't bad looking either. He's a
good looking dude. It's like shit. I'll trade up if I get. Hey, can you chisel my face like that and put me in shape? I'll take it. TCU beat Kansas in a blowout already this year in Kansas. Yeah, no, Kansas kind of sucks every so often.
Yeah,
it's no big deal. It's college basketball, right? That's why I think this year for the March Madness, you have no idea what's going to happen. Like no one knows.
You never know what's going to happen. That's why it's March Madness, because it's mad.
Just to let everybody know, we'll be doing a bracket this year for March Madness. It's going to be $20 to get in. We'll do the same thing as we always do: 70, 20, and 10 payout. That's percentages. So anybody's welcome in, and we'll post it eventually, and then we'll get you a link. We'll do it on I think Yahoo, right? We do it ESPN.
We do it on Yahoo, right. And we'll post it as soon as Yahoo opens it up. That just one of those things where we wait for it to open up, and as soon as it opens up, we post it.
Yep. We'll be on top of it because we were supposed to do a couple other things this year, like the College Bowl thing, but shit got out of hand.
It wasn't open, and then it was open, but then something was wrong with it when we opened it, and it was just like, you know what? Who cares?
Yeah, once it becomes a headache, we're like, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. The problem is, like, the bowl games start like a week or two after the season starts now because there's so damn many of them. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
Well, Jim Bob Cooter has found a job as
with the offensive coordinator. He used to be an offensive coordinator for the Lions.
Jim Bob Cooter. What is
Jim Bob Cooper. Yeah,
what
Cooter.
a hell of a name. A
Yeah.
hell of a name. Jesus. Whew, this beer is hitting a little hard.
Yeah. Big 12 was the toughest conference this year. I read where the conference is rated higher than anyone in history. Ooh.
Well, that's cool because
History.
Big 12 usually hadn't been rated higher than anything. Like they
Yeah.
suck. Big 12 sucks. I'm gonna fact check that real quick. Highest rated conference. You spelled
In basketball history.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going history. Oh, their history is the second one.
Is it going to come back with Western Conference?
Can you believe that? But it's by so you have 0.595 and then SEC is 0.570. And then you have Big 10 563.
Okay. We'll see what happens when the tournament rolls around. Right?
Yeah, like, right. Hey, when you stop playing each other and you got to play someone else, the answer, I go highest rated conference in college basketball history. First thing up, the answer, the Big East. College basketball fans to know the Big East has 16 teams in its basketball conference. Yeah, I don't know. Everything points to Big East, Big East, Big East.
Huh.
So maybe we need to look a little bit more into that.
Huh. Where's your sources there, old school?
Mine's Google. Like
unless your reference is internet.com, you lost, old school.
Just say internet.com and you win. Just say it, you win.
That's all you gotta say.
Yeah, like
we're easy.
When I pick especially historically, like if there's any Big 12 teams that are in the tournament, I usually have them being bounced in the first round. Like
I just take Butler to win it all.
Yeah. Now Kansas, yes,
or Gonzaga,
but anybody else, there ain't no fun. Like there's no fucking.
I'll take Butler or Gonzaga. If they're in different sides of the bracket, then I got them in the championship. If they're on the same, I flip a coin when they meet, and then go with like Syracuse on the other side. I don't know.
Syracuse, nice play, good play. I like that a lot.
I don't know.
I got the Cats going out in the first round, no matter what. I don't even think they'll make it this year. I think they're not going to make it. This will be the second time since I was born that they won't make it.
When are they going to get rid of that coach?
I don't know. I ask my dad all the time about that. I'm like, what the hell is the deal with this guy? Whatever. He goes, well, they got a recruiter for a coach, and they need a coach. They move his ass to being recruiter. And I'm like, I don't want. I still
he's
don't.
Not going to do that. But
I still don't want these one and done guys. I just don't want them. I'm so tired of having one and dones because they're worthless. They don't. I mean,
hey, they all get drafted in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, but then they suck. I mean, they don't go anywhere and do anything. What is it, Anthony Davis? Yeah, he's still in the league. Congratulations, but no one else is. You know what I mean? It's like, oh God, Julius Randle's hurt every 5 seconds. I hate it. I hate it. I really do. I remember watching the same, 6 guys play ball for like 4 years. It was like, that was magical, right? And I was like, dude, that's back when I loved college basketball. And you're sitting there, you're sitting there watching them at home, and you're just, you form a one-way relationship. You're like, oh my God, I know all the players, and I love to see them and play.
They don't know my name. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
like Juwan Howard once. I was like, Juwan. He was like, who the fuck are you?
Who are you,
bro?
You bearded
I
idiot.
Your entire catalog. What's up?
I saw. I got a poster on my wall.
I still got a Fab Five poster up on my wall, man.
Yeah, I have no interest. Like even this year, I don't think I'm not going back to Vegas for March Madness. So we got to figure out
that.
Yeah. So we're gonna do something else. We're gonna figure out something. I'll probably take off the couple days anyways. Maybe I'll go to.
If you don't go to Vegas, who's gonna tell Bobby Hurley he's not that great?
Jesus, that story came up again this year or whatever. And then the guy I was hanging out with mentioned, he goes, yeah, don't worry, there's no rugby or hockey players. And I go, what did I do last year? I was like, I didn't remember. I didn't get into it with any of them. They would have beat the shit out of me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say anything to them.
Well, he was like, no, you got in the middle of all of them. You're like, hey, let's take some shots. I'm like, so I was having a good time. I go, don't ever good time shame me. I was like, I'm there to have fun. But yeah, I just, there was a couple people there that need to be told how bad they suck. And Bobby Hurley just happened to be in the sights that night. And I was like, hey, you know what? You're not that great.
Anyone ever tell you you're not that great?
I was like, P.S. you suck. And I was like in the bathroom. I went and took a leak or whatever. I was like, hey, some bitch follows me in there. I'm going to suck that some bitch.
You're walking there and you tell me he's not that great. And then you get there and you start taking a piss and he goes right there next to you. And you're like, fuck.
You know, you suck. I would have told him he sucked. And if Christian Laettner was there too, I would have fucking sucked him too.
Dude, when Christian Laettner was playing, right? There was that year that I don't know, I think Duke beat us or something like that, or anything, something like that. But like he made like a last second shot, and the running theory where I was he was on steroids, right? And but here's the thing: like anytime they printed a picture of him in the papers where we were, it was always in black and white. And you know why it was in black and white? So you couldn't see the red marks on his arms where he was shooting up steroids.
The track mark.
Yeah.
No one takes steroids in the arms. Right?
Well, I'll tell you what. Back when I was in middle school, that's where Christian Laettner took his steroids.
That guy, that guy did a number, like not only from like hitting that last minute historical shot that he had over Kentucky, but also he went on to make all this other stuff like Chris Laettner sucks or F Laettner. And all
he owns the rights to all of that.
He owns all these Kentucky.
No one's made more money off of people hating him than Christian Laettner.
He owns it all. He sells it all. He owns, you know what I mean? And people are buying the shit out of this stuff because they hate Christian Laettner. He's just like,
yes. Yeah, he's like a Sith Lord. He's like a freaking Sith Lord. Yes, let your hate guide you.
I see him as like I see him as that Dave Chappelle skit as he's sitting there with all the money, just sitting there like.
I picture him as Palpatine, just let the hate guide you. Yes, good, let the hate flow through you. Yeah, no, there was no one I hated more. But then at a certain point in time, like later in his career in the NBA, he joins the Pistons, and it's like, I hate you, but I'll tolerate you right now.
So you went the Draymond Green route, like everybody that hates Draymond Green, like I'm gonna tolerate you for 45 seconds.
I'll tolerate you because you're on my team, but I'm not gonna like it. Just like when the Red Wings signed Chris Chelios, there was nothing more confusing for me as a young lad than when the Red Wings signed Chris Chelios, because I hated that guy. He played for the Blackhawks and he was awful. And then we signed him. I'm like,
he wasn't awful. He was quite good.
But as a Red Wings fan, it's just like if we would have signed, like, just say like at some point in time, if like Joe Sakic joined the Red Wings or Peter Forsberg, right? It's just like, I hate you, but I'll tolerate you.
Kansas.
And that first season, it was just like, you know what? Okay, we'll see what Chelios does. Like, he's probably pretty washed up, but whatever. We'll take him. We could use the help on the D line. And then, like by like year 2, you're like, I could love Chelios. This fucking guy.
This guy plays his heart out, day in and day out.
There's not a better defenseman in the history of the NHL than Chris Chelios. But I'll tell you what. He came to Detroit and he fell in love with the city to where he owns chili restaurants in Detroit. Like he stayed in Detroit.
Restaurant.
What's that?
How much does it cost to have a Chili's restaurant?
Not a Chili's, like a chili. It's not as freaking Chili's, okay?
It's not like a Chili's. I go, how much is a Chili's restaurant? It's like,
he doesn't have commercials in Detroit where he's like, baby back ribs, barbecue sauce.
He's got Applebee's then. He's an Applebee's guy.
No, he's got his own brand of chili, and he's got restaurants where it's huge. This is all after I moved down here and all that. But yeah, no, there have been so many. When I was young, there was very confusing things that happened, like Christian Laettner signing with the Pistons. I'm like, I hate you though. Why would we sign him?
Yeah.
But Detroit has nothing to do with Michigan. But yeah, it's just the way it is. And then when Chelios signs, I'm like, what? And then we signed Brett Hall, and I'm like, what the is going on? Like, I mean, I guess
how business works.
I guess we'll take Brett Hall. I think he could score us a few goals a season. He's not that bad.
What's up, Headhunt? How we doing? Welcome.
Headhunt, just want to apologize. Your shirt and stuff is going in the mail tomorrow. I've got it all bagged, the labels on it, and everything. That's going out in the mail tomorrow, so you'll have it. End of the week, probably. So,
it was his birthday. Give him a little birthday shout out.
Happy birthday, Headhunt.
Yeah,
and old school, your sticker's coming in the mail tomorrow as well. I'm going to stick that in the mail tomorrow as well. So,
oh boy. All right. So the last beer of the night right now, we're having French Quarter Temptress. I really have enjoyed this one the best. You know what I mean? Did you watch? Nah, I was supposed to go to the XFL game. I was supposed to go to the one in Arlington, and I got Lizzie went out, and I went to a brewery, and I totally got sidetracked. I was going to go play golf and then go there, but yeah, no, I didn't watch it. And then as they're showing the videos, as they're showing the intro and all the Rock, I tuned out immediately. I was like, I just don't give a shit. But I hope to watch a couple games this season.
So they're doing some interesting things. Like they don't kick extra points.
I like the kickoff aspect where they just all line up and they just kind of give the guy the ball and say,
they kick it from the 40, and then they can't run until he catches the ball. Once he touches the ball, then they can run. There's no extra point kicks. It's you can go for it. You go for it. It's either a 1-pointer, a 2-pointer, or a 3-pointer.
No 4-pointers?
No 4-pointers. And it starts at like the 2, the 5, and then I can't remember where the yardage is. But then there's also no onside kick. You get it at, I want to say like the 20, and it's a 4th and 15.
What?
So you get the ball at the 20, but it's 4th and 15
instead of a onside
kick. Yeah, you say we want to go for it, but we're not going to. We're going to take the ball at the 20, and we're going to go 4th and 15.
I'll watch XFL as long as I don't have to watch The Rock. That's the only reason why I don't watch. I don't want to watch The Rock. I don't care about seeing The Rock.
He's not playing in any of the games.
Well, he
did an intro. He owns it. Him and his ex-wife own it. With his ex-wife she's jacked.
Yeah, they used to work out together.
Yeah.
You can't stick yourself with steroids, so you got to have the other person do it. So then you just stick each other. So it's kind of like that. That's like flag football rules. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. There's some different rules to it. There's different aspects to the game, but it's to kind of jazz it up and have fun, right? It's supposed to be fun and exciting.
Yeah, all the quarterbacks are mic'd up. So when you're watching, when you're watching on TV, you hear him in the huddle and stuff. The Nooch is playing. Little Ben DiNucci. He threw a shovel pass to old Josh Gordon for a touchdown. So, but like you had like the Atlanta team was down like 15-3, and they drive down, they score a touchdown, hit a 3-pointer, go for it, do the 4th and 15, get it in, and end up scoring and winning. Like
there you go.
It adds some excitement to the end of the games when you're doing things like that. It's just they're trying new things out, right? And they're trying things out that the NFL might consider. Just saying, hey, look at us. I'm interested. I'm definitely in. I'm going to make it to a game sometime this season, right? They got the team in Arlington. Bob Stoops is coaching them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll make it out to a game at some point in time this year.
Yeah, not only is it in Arlington, it's at the old Rangers ballpark with the Temple, and I just want to go back to the Temple.
And tickets are like $20, right? Yeah. They're not expensive. I'm in. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Like I said, I was going to go this weekend, and then like find out Lizzie's going to a friend's birthday party, and then I was like, well, okay, well maybe I'll still go. And I was like, I'm going to go golf, and all the weather changed and all that kind of stuff, buddy. And I just like, you know what? I'm not leaving the house. And then, of course, she left. And then I was like, I'm going to breweries.
I'm going to breweries.
Because the game is at like 2. And I'm like, 2 o'clock is pretty good time. Pretty good time. Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll be hitting up a game. We'll probably be going live from a couple of those. And like I said, it's right there in our favorite stadium here locally. Choctaw Stadium now is what it's called. But yeah, it's the Temple where the Rangers used to play.
I'll always call it the Temple.
It's the Temple.
Just like I always call it's the Death Star, right?
Yep. I like being able to hear the officials all the time, and even the guy reviewing the play with audio. I like that. That sounds very appealing as well. All these are going to be on major channels, so you're going to be able to watch all these games. It's going to be readily available. And like you said, Alan, these are going to be. It's almost like the minor league or stuff like that, where they're going to test things out. They're going to see if they can implement them in the other league, in the NFL. Same thing with the I think AAFL still around as well.
USFL. Year 2, because that's the big thing. They're like USFL year 2.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. Now, will I watch every single? No, I'm not going to watch every single weekend or whatever. I'm going to catch the games as I catch them, but I love that it's on. and there's something to watch and things like that.
I
But
have an option.
yeah, but I'll be honest, Tiger absolutely took over my weekend. He made the cut. He was there. I was watching Tiger all freaking weekend. So
How absurd is it that he had to apologize?
it was stupid. We'll talk about that though. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna talk. We'll actually probably talk about that Wednesday live on the show. 7
I'm
p.m.
in for that.
Central Time, Strikeout Beer. Catch us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Live streams every single Wednesday, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Central Time. We'll be there. So, final thoughts on this beer, and
I loved it. So final thoughts on this beer. I thought this beer was delicious. This is probably my number 2. I'm going with the Sin Mint, the French Quarter, and then the NuTemptress. All 3 beers were great. As far as like a headhunting, you redeemed it after I finished my beer.
Oh,
I'm sorry. When you show up to the show Wednesday, just say hi and we'll take a drink. Then you don't have to redeem anything.
Yeah.
We'll do it on Wednesday as soon as you show up to the show. How's that sound?
Yeah, I don't want to go all the way back and refund you.
It's on the other side of the house. But as far as like a 6-pack or a 12-pack is concerned, where you get 3 different beers, 2 of each, I think this is a great pack. Doesn't that mean you got to open it?
We're about to open a new one, but it's for a different show. It's for the recorded show. But no, we do the straight up ones on that. I appreciate it. Hey, look, I appreciate it, and I'm very, very sorry that we're just towards the end right now.
Does it make you feel better that I put a button inside of your package that you're going to get?
And we're 18
minutes, button?
We're 18 minutes over already as we're talking.
We are over. We are for sure. But as far as like a mix pack, this gets high grades for me. 2 thumbs up as far as a mix pack is concerned. Like I had a mix pack for the Super Bowl that just didn't go well together. Like
the flavors.
It just didn't go well together. They all go well together. They're all the same type of beer, partially. It's the Temptress series. Mm-hmm. But they all were great, delicious. I loved all 3 of the beers. This is one of those that you're going to get it, and every beer knocks it out of the park for you.
That's great. I'm actually in reverse order from T to B. So I love the French Quarter. I love the NuTemptress, and the Thin Mint's the last one.
So you're just switching those 2. Okay.
Yeah. For me, it just got better as it went along, and I don't know if it was because of the fact that I think it was just too minty and too alcohol on the first one.
See, I didn't pick up a lot of alcohol with that. I don't know.
Yeah. But the other ones were great, and I love the French Quarter one. The French Quarter one is my favorite. Like super smooth,
really
easy drinking. Yeah.
No, it's definitely. All 3 of them are delicious. Go and get you some. If you're here in the DFW area, tomorrow, or you know what, just right now, stop. Go there, camp out, wait for them to open, and then get them there. Or you go. I got this at. I'm not even gonna promote where I got it from because that guy was a jerk. But go to a local brewery place where you buy beer and you might be able to get it. But just go to Lakewood and buy it, especially if you're here in the area.
Mm-hmm. Out in Garland.
Do it. But you know what, guys? Thank you so much for watching us. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. As always, I'm Alan.
Rapid Dave.
We'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.
That's interesting.
There it is.